anything, I'm just incredibly excited. I get to drive a race car today. Like, I'm actually the driver of this car. Never thought this would happen for me in my lifetime. I'm very, very lucky and blessed right now. I feel incredibly blessed to be here. I'm driving towards a circuit like Blyton Park in Lincolnshire to test a Ginetta that's got my name on it for the year. And it's got my race number, 24. Every computer game I ever played where it had cars in it, I was number 24. So it's going to be absolutely mental. And I'm trying vlogging for the first time. I'm going to try and bring you along for the ride. I had no idea I would win the scholarship. I saw the opportunity come through by email because I'd done some corporate days at Palmersport, and ultimately I thought, you know what, that'd be a great Christmas present to pay to go for the day, drive with some trainers that give you a bit more experience than the normal Ginetta and Palmersport days, and see how that goes. And cut to a week and a half later, I'd ended up winning a seat in one against some people that I thought were really formidable and I really respected immediately from the point, and I was so chilled throughout the day because I thought that I wasn't going to win. So I'm generally really was blown away by the opportunity. I do feel like an underdog going into this. I think, ultimately I'm a guy that I've set up a marketing agency and I'm glad that my business is successful. We have a great team and I've got a family and young kids, and then suddenly now I'm a racing driver for the season, and there's loads of young karters here that have raced their whole life racing in Ginettas today for the first time, and they've probably had more track time than me and all these kind of things, but I'm just going to try and listen to everything that Duke, who's behind the camera, says, and try and learn as much as I can through the season, be smart about it, see if I can improve race to race, and then maybe by the end of the season I can do something exciting, but ultimately I just want to have a good time. Success for me is simply improving based on what everybody here tells me I need to do. This is a new circuit to me. The car's basically new. Before this I'd driven it for about 8-9 laps. So ultimately what I'm trying to do is just get to the point where I feel comfortable in the car today, ready to take on the season. I think the fact that I'm here getting this opportunity is a prime example to never stop wanting to do your dream. I watched F1 since I can remember. There's photos of me on my dad's lap at age 2 watching people racing, right? I think I've already done the same thing with my own son. He watched racing from basically zero. And I think, if you're sat on a sim at home and you really want to go racing, people like Jimmy Broadbent and people through the scholarship like me or James, who did it the year before, are an example that there are these opportunities out here. And I think just always go for them if you can. Yeah, the first time I went out with Jig, who's been training me today, you're pretty nervous, right? You've never driven a car in anger with someone that's really pushing you based on that car being yours for the season. So you're trying to build a bond with it in a way. Jig keeps telling me to try and make it dance in corners, all of these things. It becomes more emotional, I think, throughout the day. I'm getting more comfortable. The first session I went out of today, as I drove out, I felt constrained in the, in the cockpit by all the hands device and everything else. And then by the last few sessions, it's starting to feel like second nature, just getting ready and getting in the car. So today's been great for me to get used to everything, and I'm feeling really confident. I started doing a 1:10.11 around this circuit. Apparently a 1:05 is a really, really good time. I'm down to a 1:07 now, and it's lunchtime. So give me the rest of the day and we'll keep going.
He's quick. He's like really quick, which is good. That's exactly what he needs to be probably where he wants to be.
Anything, if I can say that I did my best by the end and I've learned everything that everybody's taught me and improved, then I can come away really happy. Obviously, I wouldn't be a competitive person saying I wouldn't love an opportunity on a podium or to do well in the championship, but I'm conscious I'm a rookie, so I just want to do the best I can.
I think the biggest challenge is just the new world that you enter. Like, he'll go to the first round and it'll be like deer in headlights. It's a big paddock, it's got very successful drivers in, and they'll just see him scooting around, walking around. And it's more of like a shock than anything. I think once he's locked in and in the car, I think he'll be absolutely fine. But I mean, that first quali session is not for the faint-hearted. So yeah, it's just going to be the shock of it all, I think, for him. But once he's over that, then he'll be fine.
Okay, so that's my first day done in a Ginetta. There's a lot to unpack and decompress around. We were filming today. I was learning today. There was just so much to do. But if I had to say top 3 moments for the entire day, it would simply be this. Driving a race car is amazing. They move in ways that normal cars just do not. The second thing I'd say is that I think that Ginettas are fantastic, and they are balanced and fun to play with and accessible. So you joined me a few days later from the Blyton Park test day, because that previous clip of me kind of summarising the day, the camera died and I didn't get the audio, which sucked. So I'm now back in rainy Cornwall, and it's given me a bit more time to decompress about the day. The third most important thing that I wanted to say from the day that I was saying when that clip that stopped working was that I finally feel like I have a little bit more confidence in the fact that I might be quick enough to compete. Everyone was really complimentary. They said that my brake shapes and my technique was good. I didn't spin. I didn't lose control of the car and go off. The conditions were changing throughout the day. The only thing that I don't know yet is I've never driven this car on slicks, so that's going to be fun when that happens, because the grip's going to be totally different, and the limit of those tyres I would imagine will be very different. But ultimately, I can't believe I got through my first test day and I did okay. It was an extremely thrilling experience, and I feel incredibly lucky to have the support of my wife and my family and my young boy Magnus. He's and I've got a young girl Rose on the way. She arrives in July, and I cannot wait to try and do them proud, and I appreciate the sacrifice they're making for me to kind of do this opportunity. I cannot believe the amount of support I've had from my beautiful wife and my family. My dad's going to come along to some of the races, and hopefully you'll see him in some of these vlogs. Same with my brother. They've been living this dream. We've all lived the dream of wanting to be racing drivers our whole lives, so it's just, we're going to enjoy this together. I think there's lots to come that you guys can come along for if you want to join me on this journey. We've got great sponsors coming on board. We're going to try and film some amazing stuff with them, and I want to show you everything about becoming a racing driver on this journey. We've got a new helmet design coming, a new livery, and I want to get some of your feedback on that. We've got amazing stuff like test days and media days for the first time, and I'm going to get to meet all the drivers for the first time. Ultimately, this experience with Jiggy support me on the test day and getting me to a point where I'm really pushing and getting my brake shapes better, that's just really helped me get more confidence in this and feel like I'm going to be able to be a bit competitive maybe at some point. And ultimately, I just can't believe this experience is happening to me. I feel incredibly lucky, and for anybody out there that's wish they could do this thing, I want to try and bring you along with me and show you how accessible it can be. I've been surprised so far about how accessible it can be. If you have the ability to get some sponsors behind you and find the team, you could get into the GT Academy. And it's, compared to other sports, I think it's, motorsports in particular, obviously it's expensive, but it's not
as expensive as other formulas, and I think that's really, really exciting to talk about. And I can't thank enough the support from Jiggy, Rachel on the day, Mike at Ginetta, everybody that's been supporting me, and Adam and Bex who helped film this day. You know, I've got an amazing team at my business called Teylu and Partners that are helping kind of tell this story, and further to that, I'm just very lucky that anybody would watch this. You know, I'm new to vlogging. I want to try and bring anybody along for the journey if you want to come with me. So if you've got questions or things you want to see throughout the season, please drop it in the comments and let me know. If there's anything that we can do to show you things that you've never seen before, let me know. And should look out for the next episode. We did capture some stuff with me trying to showcase my day of getting my ARDS test, which was a big moment. I was so nervous about that. And doing a few laps in my day-to-day car around Donington Park. And then after that, it's going to be media day, you know, getting the livery on the car, doing some more testing, and then the first race weekend's in April, which is about, you know, 5-6 weeks away. So it's coming around quick. So I look forward to bringing you on the journey. And if you guys like this story, please share it with anyone you think might be interested, and let's go on the journey together. All right, catch you on the next one.